These are pretty cool. I fully expected these dice tomes to be those gimmicky plastic things that you buy in the whim and then end up on your shelf that have a bunch of dice that are just dice and there is nothing more to them. But I fully admit that I absolutely actually like these. The quality is there, the dice look really amazing, and I actually, as a physical tabletop player, have a use for them. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarask and these are the Dice Tomes by Artefact Games. Artefact Games has sent me these in order to kinda promote their next Kickstarter, which is running right now, where they're doing exactly the same thing but for different character classes. These Dice Tomes, so this is a sponsored video, but I have zero script. All that I needed to do for this sponsored video is accept these really cool things and give my opinion on them. And I have an opinion on them. They are pretty cool. They are somewhat gimmicky, so they are not for everybody. First of all, they're not for people who play virtual tabletops, but they are for people who play home games at the table and just want something really cool to show up at the table and even is really handy in a sense. So these dice tomes are tomes. Well, they look like tomes, although they are really sturdy. I don't know what material this is, but I think it's really hard cardboard stuff, and they are designed with particular classes in mind. Now, the names of the classes, this is the Tome of Wizardry, which is basically for wizards and other types, mages and spellcasters. Then I have to peek, this is the Tome of the Scoundrels, which is really cool. It's this dark theme thing for like rogues and maybe some types of bards, some people that live in the shadow basically. And then we have the Tome of, if I'm not mistaken, the Tome of Combat, which has like this really beaten up chainmail that's broken. So it's the Tome of Combat. It's more for like fighters and paladins and I don't know, barbarians even, maybe even some bards, whatever the one that suits you, suits your character, of course. So I want to open these up for you and just kind of show you what's inside, and this one has to be my favorite. Now, there is a Kickstarter right now with more tomes. One of them I look really forward to, which is the Tome of, it's for like the priests, like the Divine Tome or something like that, which I think those dice look really cool. But this, again, let's see what's inside. So what you get is this Carver Dome that has two uses. The first use it has is it actually holds your, I'm going to try to kind of show you this like this. It holds your dice, right? So it holds your dice like this if you want. So you can pick out your dice. And then you have, I'll show you in a bit, they have these really cool inlays, which is different for everybody. For the Tome of Wizardry, it is all of these like stuff that you could find probably in a spell book from a wizard that has like, it's been doing like, oh, I need to, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, which I think is really cool. And it is in this language that you cannot read. So I think it's cool. So what this functions as is a dice tray. So you can toss your dice like this. Let's say I have to roll d20, which you do every now and then. You roll it in here, and it automatically stops, and it's cool, and it's fun, and it's nice to sit at your table, to put on your tabletop, which is pretty cool. Now, all of these are magnetically closable, so they snap shut, which I think is really cool, like this. Boom. Boom. But then the most important part, of course, are the dice. So let me tell you what's in here. What you get is a d20, and I'm trying, like, dice reviews. This is not like a review. This is more like showing you a product that I got for free. And there's another Kickstarter right now that you can back, and you can probably get these as well. So these dice, I know on camera it's probably really hard to see, but there's this two colors, and these ones I like the most from all of the sets. So what you get is, and this kind of surprised me, you don't get one full set of dice. You actually get a full set of dice, but instead of 1d20, you get 2d20, which is really fun if you have to roll with initiative, or with advantage or whatever. Roll with initiative. But you also get 3d6. Which is always handy to have because you rarely only roll 1d6, right? Like a d6 is one of those dice that you roll more frequently. So, man, this is hard. Why are dice reviews so hard? So, okay, so d6s are really cool. And then, of course, there is the logo. Every book as you can see, has its own like kind of logo here, and they are also printed on the dice. Like this is the 6. If you roll a 6, you get the Tome of Wizardry thing. It's the same with the D20. It's right here. It's the same with all of the. It's like the D8. Everything has. Oh, really hard to get this sharp-ish, but I'm trying to do my best for this. So I really like these. These have the blue and white dice with the gold inlays. These are my favorite. And there's actually, honestly, nothing more to it. Well, I'm lying. Of course, there is more to it. There is always a coin that comes with it. And again, like the high quality of the box right here, these actually feel sturdy. They are somewhat, like you can hear, a metal-y, and they have a lot of detail. And I have been reading, and I don't know per se why they put this in here. Like, this is the explanation that comes with each box. But it is, yeah, it's a high-quality coin. If you want a coin, I don't know, maybe you can give inspiration to somebody or whatever. You want to like have like a token on the table for like, hey, I have inspiration, so I'm putting this coin here so I know I have inspiration. Or as a game master, you might use these to hand out inspiration, and if they don't use it by the end of the session, they have to give it back. Something like that, right? Which is always cool, just from the top of my dome. Top of the dome. So I'm putting these back. Let's look at the other ones. And I always like these kind of videos where I just go off the cuff and just open stuff up. The Tome of Scoundrels, black. There's a key lock right here because scoundrels love key locks, right? So there is this coinage here. There are 2 daggers, and yeah, you can see it. I don't have to explain what you're seeing, right? Same thing, but different, right? It also has the dice. It also has, like, there are, well, like this, and it has this little thing to make it not stink. And it has this kind of thing. So this could be a notebook of a scoundrel, of a rogue, basically. Having to adjust my microphone again. So this makes sense, right? All of this makes sense. Scoundrels love, like, doing the potion thing. They have notes on a key they're probably trying to make, and on a door they might have tried opening, and combinations probably for picking a certain lock. So like there was this lock, and I needed to do this and this and this in order to open that lock, so I can write that down in order to remember that, which is cool. Again, looks like a tome, but it is a cardboard box, high quality cardboard box with a magnetic closing thing going on. And it has, I know some people are going to absolutely love these dice. They're black-ish. They also have 2 colors, but it just doesn't pop like the first ones. It is black. It has a little bit of gray-white in it, but it doesn't pop like the other ones. So the dual color has more going on with these blue ones than it has with these black ones. But then again, the golden letters, numbers, not letters, the numbers in here they pop way more for a black die. So that's really cool. Again, you get the same combination, especially like the 3d6 is really handy for a scoundrel, for a rogue, with like the sneak attack and everything. Just showing you a d12 here because I haven't shown you the d12 yet. Again, the logo of the book is right here. So this is it. You get that logo every time you roll the max number on a die. And this also comes with a coin. So coins are always good to have. Same coin, but different type of artwork on it, everything. And that's what I think is really cool about this. It makes sense. It is a simple product, but it makes sense in a way where, like, the logo returns on everything you see. The dice are black, the sneak attack thing, the inlay stuff that you cannot comprehend because it's in a language that you can't comprehend. But it makes sense for a scoundrel, and it is really, really cool. It looks like a scoundrel's notebook on the inside. And then, really quickly, we also have the Tome of Combat for the fighter, my favorite class. And as you can see, same thing, but different. Same thing, right here. They have notes on armor and helmets and more armor, and then I don't know, stances or whatever. And these dice, this one comes with a silver coin as opposed to a gold coin. I don't know, fighters might be more poor, I don't know. But again, really cool for if you want to use that in your game. And it comes with, let's see, a D20. I like these dice the least, personally, but that's what you get for a dice review, right? Everybody likes stuff differently, which is totally okay. I am the world's leading expert in my own opinion, and I like these the least, but I'm gonna use them anyway because I like dice. Who doesn't like math rocks, right? So let me show you really quickly here the full thing. And yeah, Artefact Games has a Kickstarter going on where, so they have the combat, they have the scoundrel, and they have the wizardry right now. And with the new Kickstarter, they have a few new classes, or like more the archetypes. They don't tie it into like a 5th edition per se. It's more an open naming system that you can use for different RPGs, Pathfinder, I don't know, whatever you're playing. You got scoundrels, you got wizardry, you got fighting. There is this divine one coming up, and I would really like one from Artefact Games. Now, if you're interested in this or interested in the Kickstarter, make sure to click the link in the description below. And until next video, bye-bye.